I summon Gouki Suprex. Suprex's ability also lets me summon Gouki's Guts.
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here, and huge shout out and thank you again to TrifGaming for posting my Gouki profile, the most underrated deck. Well, guess what? We've got another take on that deck for you guys right here and now, so be sure to smash a like button. Let's smash over 75 likes. I think we can achieve that, right? We've got a brand new combo tutorial for you at the end of the video as well, so, stick around to the end if you want to see what we're doing with this new list. We're going to be playing it on stream a lot, so check that out on Twitch, and yeah, I don't want to preface this too much. Without further ado, let's get into this profile.
Let's go! Let's go!
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here, and we've got a brand new version of Gouki's riding the coattails of the profile I did on TrifGaming's channel. I want to show you guys a different take on this deck and some of the other nutty things it can do with a combo tutorial at the end. First and foremost, shout out to TrifGaming. You already know he's the absolute man, the pen god. Be sure to check out the original profile on his channel. Link will be down below somewhere. Shout out to Your Playmat, where you can pick up these dope custom sleeves with whatever artwork you want on them. Check it out in the description. And of course, shout out to the GG for free, my free weekly tournament that we do live on Twitch, so be sure to check out the Twitch stream and the Discord down below as well. Without further ado, let's get into the profile. Alright guys, I'm going to go through the basic stuff real quick that I explained more in depth in the video on Trif's channel. So of course we're playing triple copies of the Gouki Suprex. It's your main Gouki monster, the one summons one from hand, double copies of the Twist Cobra, double copies of the Gouki Headbat, your main extender, in-archetypal extender, double copies of the Gouki Guts, cannot be destroyed by battle, don't forget that, it can be quite relevant, also has an effect that can activate while face up on the field, one copy of the Gouki Octo Stretch, which sometimes can stop you from dying, be sure you read this card, and that's it for the Gouki lineup. We kept it about the same. However, we did change a lot of the other ratios and some of the engines later in the deck. We're still playing the Phantom Knight package. I saw someone comment on Trif's video that, there's a way to play the deck without it. And there definitely is, but I think that this provides way too much to cut it. But if you have other ideas, curious to hear them. So we are still playing the one Silent Boots and the one Ancient Cloak. This is the smallest engine you can play possible, and that's kind of how we like it in this build. But if you want a bit more of a graveyard-reliant yet resilient build, you could bump up the Phantom Knights if that's what you so desire. Moving on from there, we got our extenders. I bumped it up to 3 copies of Fire Flint, so we have more ways of seeing combo faster, as well as still playing the 1 copy of the Red Layer. Basically just adding more extenders in slots where we used to have counter cards going first cards, like the Talents, like the Ash Blossoms. We cut those for other options, and some of those options being more additional extenders. The one Codebreaker 0 Day, I know I said it's a pseudo brick, but not really, because you can still combo with this since it's a warrior and you can summon it from grave off your Codebreaker engine, so it doesn't matter that much. And yes, in this particular build, we're doing DPE, because I have a whole new combo at the end of this video that'll show you how to get the Scythe play locked and loaded, so you can do it instead of your traditional Dragoon play, put them under the Scythe lock, so you're a bit more resilient against the Dark Ruler no more. The droplets and the Chalice still hurt a bit, but don't forget you're still backing your board up as well with the cards like the Fog Blades, and you still have the Apo Negate. If you want to go for it, you can go for the Power Load Ogre, so it's just another option, but we're trying it out in this particular build, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that combo at the end. And of course, with that package comes the 1 copy of the Artifact Scythe, absolutely mandatory to lock your opponent out of the extra deck. That's it for the monsters. Let's move into the spells real quick. I'll go through it as fast as humanly possible. We've got triple copies of Forbidden Droplets in the main. You guys already know how we do. Like breaking boards, that's kind of the strategy that we're going for here. 2 copies of the Gouki Rematcher in archetypal Soul Charge, absolutely cracked. You search both of them usually when you're doing your first combo, so you're guaranteed follow-up. We're playing triple copies of Durendal now for maximum extension, right? So this card fetches you any one of your extenders. That can be the Super Quantum Red Layer when you're going second, or it searches you the Fire Flint Lady when you're going first, just to, be sure to do your full combo with 1 Gouki plus 1 extender. Moving on from there, our next copies of extenders, we've got double copy of the Ready Fusion and the 1 copy of the Instant Fusion, just more and more extension. People said that this deck lost too easily to hand traps. We're trying to make that as hard as possible. We're giving maximum extension, maximum amount of extenders to be able to play through things and be able to combo more times than not. It seems like there's a lot of bricks in this deck, but some of them are only pseudo bricks that still allow you to combo even if they're in your hand. Those being the Phantom Knights, the Codebreaker, the Scythe. If it's in your hand, you still have 2 warriors. Who cares? We want to play maximum amount of extenders. though, to ensure we're able to play. One copy of Rhoda to search out any warrior in your deck, the one copy of Call by the Grave to play through hand traps, the one Monster Reborn as another extender, and then of course the one Fusion Destiny. If you wanted to, you could totally do triple Fusion Destiny. Another thing I was thinking about doing is perhaps incorporating Pot of Prosperity into this deck. However, it's the same problem with most other decks. You're going to be tapping into your extra deck to utilize the card, and it's going to take away from your grind game. So you got to pick and choose specifically what you want to banish and keep. So maybe in future versions we'll play it, but right now we are not, and we're only doing one copy of the Fusion Destiny. So that's it for the spell lineup. Let's move on to the traps. We're playing the double copies of the Fog Blade and the one Shade Brigadine, your Phantom Knight Engine. The Shade Brigadine is absolutely essential for our DPE Scythe set combo. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, especially if you have an extender, but for the basic combo that's only 2 cards, we are using the Shade Brigadine in that combo. And I did put in the triple copies of Impermanence. Now, I know what I said in the last video is that this does technically conflict with the Shade Brigadine, but here's the thing, right? If you're going second and you're already resolving the Imperm, you shouldn't have to rely on the Shade Brigadine. You're not going for your traditional combo. You're going to break the board and try and establish either the best you can or go for game. And Imperm is an essential 6th card to draw. We want those cards. We want our hand to be filled with combo pieces and things that let us play. And if we need to rip off the top or have one of them be occupied by something, we want it to be something that's decent going first or second. So I did opt to put in the Infinite Impermanences. Again, these can be any other hand trap of your choice. You can main deck Dark Ruler No Mores, Forbidden Chalice. These are all other things that have crossed my mind, but I decided to go with the Imperm because I thought it was the most high impact and the best option for the current meta. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts though. What would you do differently in that main board? It's a 41 card main deck, so we also consolidated it down a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's move into the extra deck. We'll go through it as quick as I can, the basic stuff. Double copies of E-Soldier main combo starter, search, and special. Sending your equip spells to do the thing. Since we're just playing Durendals, you send one, and that brings out your copy of Guts or Octostretch. We're playing the one Dagda to go with the Scythe, and the one Verte to go with the DPE. You already know, absolutely essential. The one copy of Rusty B for the Phantom Knight Engine, and your maximum extension. Super duper strong. The one copy of the Link Karibo, the one copy of the Link Spider. These are both essential as well. Sometimes you have to link off your Link 1 Gokis to get your rematch live, things of that nature, or you use it to trigger a Goki on your opponent's turn, and the one Link Spider because you need it to link off your Shade Brigadine to go into your Verte, yada yada yada. Then we got the one copy of Phoenix for popping off that back row, the one Virus Swordsman, and the one Virus Berserker for your Codebreaker Engine. That's all it takes. We're still doing one Power Load Ogre and one Apollosa, so you have versatile options. This one you bring in against the back row decks. You really don't need Apollosa. It's a complete Towers monster, right? And then the Apollosa for anything that's monster effect reliant, whether it be the Bird Up, whether it be the Drytron, whether it be the Sword Soul. It's a really good option. Now, however, I also want to flag that Sword Soul will struggle to out the Power Load Ogre as well. So, you know, choose wisely and, you know, pick your poison, do what you think is best for that situation. The one copy of Access Code Talker for blowing out boards, blowing out games, and going second, going for the kill. It's phenomenal. You know, you can climb up into it. The best way to climb up into it is with the Codebreaker, because that's how you're going to get your 5,000 attack Access Code Talker, is when you use the Codebreaker engine, and the Codebreakers can also break back row too. So be sure to read those cards so you have a good idea of what they do. The one Carbonala Warrior to tag into off your instant already, and then the one Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, absolutely phenomenal card that plays a key role in our combo. Now to close this out, let's do the side deck, which has changed once again significantly, but some things stay the same. We're still doing triple Nibiru on the side. I was watching one of Robbie Cole's videos where he's talking about the strength of this card right now, and I have to absolutely agree. I think it can be an essential blowout. So it's a good card to try, but you could also cut this for Dark Ruler No Mores or Forbidden Chalices, whichever one you prefer. It's the same deal. Or Droll and Lockbirds. I did cut the Drolls for some other options, but you could do whatever you please with this slot. Triple copies of Artifact Lancia. We are doing the Artifact Dagda engine. Lancia is a secondary searchable target. It's also really good against the Phantom Knights and the Tri-Brigade decks, so I think it's quite essential. Also quite good against Virtual World. I am playing Dark Ruler No More. Like I said, I think this is pretty important. You can make these evenly matches if you change out the Nibirus. There's so many different things you could do, but that's the one that I chose to go with. Triple copies of the Twin Twister for the Spell and Trap Row blowing out, and the Chain ability. This deck does struggle against Floodgates, one of the biggest ones being there can be only one, which a lot of decks are playing, so we have to be prepared to blow that card out and summon limit other Floodgates, goes in match, whatever it be. things of that nature can be problematic. Ghost match is not as bad for us, but you know, we gotta be ready. We gotta be ready. So that's what the Twin Twisters is for. And then finally, our going first cards, I changed it up. We're doing double anti-spell and 1 copy of Imperial Order to stop the blowouts against us. No droplets, no Dark Ruler, no Moors, see a chump. So that is the side deck, and that's it for this updated new build. I hope you guys really like it, but let's do a combo tutorial because we're not done yet. Alright homies, as promised, I'm going to show you guys the brand new combo tutorial. So like I said and like I promised, this is a 2-card combo requiring any one Gouki monster and any one warrior extender. There's so many different options. It could be the Fire Flint Lady, which we play 3 of. It could be the one of Super Quantal Red Layer. It's a special summon from hand for free before you normal. The 1 copy of Durendal to search out the Fire Flint Lady. The 1 copy of Rhoda to get you into the Fire Flint or another Gouki name. The 1 copy of Instant Fusion or one of the Ready Fusions to get you into an absolute full combo and board. So in this particular situation, this time around, we're going to do it with the Fire Flint Lady, but again, it doesn't matter which one it is. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so to start things off, we're going to normal summon that Gouki Super X, and then since we control a warrior, special summon the Fire Flint Lady. Then we will link these 2 off to summon on top the copy of Isolde. We'll trigger Isolde's effect, Chainlink 1, and the Gouki's effect, Chainlink 2. So resolving the Gouki first, we'll grab ourselves the copy of Headbat, and resolving Isolde second, we'll add any other Gouki monster, one that we're not going to use its effect this turn. So I'm grabbing the Twist Cobra in this situation. We'll use Isolde's effect, sending from deck to grave 1 copy of the Infernoble Arms to special summon out the Gouki Guts from our deck like so. We can then use Headbat's effect, pitching the Gouki we searched to special summon itself, and then we can link these ones off into either our Apollousa on the top or our Power Load Ogre. Either one is a viable option. It depends on what matchup you're running into. If you're running into back row, you probably want to go for Power Load Ogre. If you're running into a monster effect heavy reliant deck, you're going for that Apollousa. The other benefit of going for the Apo is that it also protects you from hand traps from this point going forward. Then we'll use our 2 Gouki effects in the grave to search. This will grab us 2 copies of the Gouki rematch. No reason not to. It's Soul Charge. It's what it's going to let us continue to play right now. So we'll use one of those rematches to bring back 2 of our names from the grave. Just make sure they're different levels. Very important fact there. Next, we'll link these 2 off. We'll summon the Virus Swordsman underneath the Apo. Since they're co-linked, Virus Swordsman effect will let us special summon out from our deck the Codebreaker 0 Day. We'll then link these 2 off. Summon the Virus Berserker. Berserker will bring back Swordsman and 0 Day, like so, and then we can proceed to play from here. We're going to take our 0 Day and our Swordsman, link them into Rusty B over here, put it in either zone, it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to throw it over here. And then after we summon this, we're going to use Rusty B's effect to send from deck to grave. This will foolish our copy of Ancient Cloak and set ourselves a Shade Brigadine, like so. So I'm just going to leave it face up for now because we're going to be using it momentarily. Then we'll use Ancient Cloak's effect in the grave, banishing it to search our Silent Boots. We can special summon our Silent Boots like so. Then we can take our Silent Boots and our Virus Berserker. Now if you wanted to, again, this is another opportunity to go into the Power Load Ogre, but I'm going to show you a different combo here. We're going to turn these 2 off into the Dagda. Then we can take our Set Shade Brigadine over here, activate it. That'll trigger our Dagda's effect. So we'll take from our deck and we'll set up our Artifact Scythe over here. And then Shade Brigadine will special summon itself, like so. We'll then link this off, summoning the Link Spider right here. And we'll use the Link Spider with our Dagda to summon out our Verte Anaconda, like so. So we'll use Verte's effect now that it's on the field, sending our Fusion Destiny and the 2 pieces of the DPE from deck to grave. And then we get to Fusion summon out our copy of Phoenix Enforcer over here. It doesn't matter where you put it. And now the board is almost done, but we're not done yet. You guys already know how we do. We're going to banish that Silent Boots from the graveyard to lock up a copy of the Fog Blade in addition to this. So let's look at the layers of interruption we are ending on with this particular board. We have got the Apollousa for 3 negates. We have got the Fog Blade for an additional 4th, and we're going to be locking our opponent out of their extra deck during the standby phase by triggering the DPE to blow itself up and the Artifact Scythe, trigger them both both in the graveyard to bring that Scythe back, and then using its effect to lock them out of the extra. So we have great layer of protection from the Fog Blade. We've got the Apollousa locked and loaded on top. And I also do want to mention that if you open the right a number of extenders, you can do this with an additional Power Load Ogre on the field, and a whole lot more. It's going to take a lot of practice to figure out what you can specifically do with the deck, but I highly encourage you guys to do so. Once you get it down, it's pretty easy and fun deck to play, really strong in the current meta, and I highly encourage you guys to give it a shot. Now, is DPE better than Dragoon in this particular deck? I'm not so sure. I think they're both really strong. I think having the Omni Negate on this board is really, really important. It helps stop things like evenly matched and the like. So even if you do get even lead and you just keep either the Apo or a Fog Blade and your Gouki rematch in hand, you're still guaranteed follow-up. I'm speaking situationally here, so these things can happen, so I just want you guys to be aware of what could and could not come up, the benefits and the downsides of each particular build. But yeah, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Huge shout out and thank you again to Trif for featuring this video on his channel for the other Gouki profile. And yeah, be sure to smash the like button. Let's get over 75 likes on this video for more Gouki content. Join the Twitch stream down below. We're going to be playing this deck a whole lot, so be sure to check it out. And that's all I got today. LoganJYA signing off. Have a great day, and I'll see you chumps later. Peace.